Honk. What is up, Cobra Kai fans? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we're back with another interview. Yes, it's about season 4. I'm with Thomas Watson, who is part of the stunt team for season 4 and was part of the stunt team for season 3 and works very close with Tanner as he's his stunt double. Thomas, welcome back, bro.
Hey, mate, dude, it's been so long. Thanks for having me back.
For sure.
Super excited, mate. Super excited about
I'm
this.
stoked to have you back on. I appreciate you coming back on. It was really nice talking to you last time because obviously you were quite new to, Cobra Kai at the time, and now obviously having this second season, you've got probably more of an idea of everything with Cobra Kai, and just obviously props to you first of all for getting through the pandemic, filming, and just generally getting through that, because I can only imagine how much more difficult it'd be. So everybody in the chat, thank Tom, the stunt team, everybody that was part of that, because you guys outdid yourself, and I love the action. Everything was honestly amazing. So I have to say that first, because seriously, the action really delivered this season.
I appreciate it, man. Definitely owe that to the team and everybody coming together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Had our faith in coordinator Ken Bearfield, and he brought on fight coordinator Don Lee. Don Lee is a super talented man. I was in awe of everything he was bringing to the table and all that sort of stuff as a young stunt performer myself, and just like being very sort of new-ish to the industry, like 5-6 years now. I'm very young in the industry, and it was just awesome to work with such a talented group of people. Like we had Craig Henningsen on there; he's a talented guy. Selkie Holm, Olivia Brown, Jay Kwan, just to name a few of the people that were the doubles on the show and everything like that. So just really, yeah, as Don would put it and Ken would put it, teamwork makes the dream work. So we had a great team, and now we're all kind of like a little family. It's great. I love it. So
yeah, like you couldn't have said it any better. I think you guys obviously have to work extra hard to make sure you get this done through COVID, and all the distancing, wearing masks, all these little things, trying to get used to that. It must have been difficult because you never have that problem usually in life with sets, and last thing you think is that the virus gets as bad and it starts affecting productions. But dude, how did you feel about the way season 4 came out, especially on the the stunt sides, as you work closely within that?
So it was cool. I actually wasn't on season 4 full time. I was one of the locals here, so they just brought me in whenever they needed me. Super grateful for it. I worked multiple days, like every week, but there were days that I wasn't there, and like if fights I wasn't involved in, I wasn't there, I wasn't doing stuff. So didn't really get the scripts and didn't really get like the full. So I was surprised by the season. I knew it would turn out great, as it always does, but I was just super excited to see what we had put together and see how it came together, especially All Valley. I was there full time for All Valley for the last 3 weeks. I got put on contract for that, and I was like, damn. it was a crazy couple of weeks filming that, man. It was busy, intense, but it was so rewarding by the end of it. So to watch it all, my girlfriend worked the show as well, and we actually met on season 4, which was funny. But we were both we were both super excited to see it. So we sat down New Year's Eve and we watched it with her family up in Connecticut, and yeah, oh my gosh, dude, we were just all blown away. There were a couple of scenes that we were watching. We were like, what? No way. That's sick. It was so yeah, just that's how I felt about how it went down and how it came out. I was like, this is just incredible, awesome. They knocked it out of the park once again. So kudos.
Right, yeah, like everything in terms of the action this season, I was very impressed with. I mean, that we start off with like the first episode. I think that's where Robbie basically just annihilates everybody in the Cobra Kai dojo.
That was a fun fight. That was a fun.
Absolutely love that. Did you got to work during that scene?
Yeah, so a lot of I'll just talk about Tanner doing his action. He actually does probably about 99% of his action. He is just a super talented guy to work with. And then,
Mm.
he's always keen to take it down to the ground and do the hits and do the falls and stuff. And then I feel like they just kind of throw me in there for good measure, just in case. They're like, oh, we'll get one with the stunt double. It's fine. But
Yeah.
no, there's a couple of times I can tell because I did it, I can tell it was me and that sort of stuff. But honestly, it's hard to tell because he is just, like I said, incredibly talented. Picks up the choreography so quick, moves so well. He moves like a stunt guy. He is just one of the most talented people I've worked with, honestly. And yeah, so I was super happy to see him again. Hadn't seen him for ages, obviously because of the pandemic. So um, funny interact. I first when I saw him again, I was like, when you haven't seen someone in a while, and you're like, oh, you've been working out, bro. Like I said that, and he was like, yeah, actually, and I was like, damn. And he goes, you're doubling me all season. I was like, yeah, and he goes, yeah, we're gonna get ripped, and I was like, crap. I was like, I have to go get a gym membership now and like hit it. No, but it was good. So yeah, we put a lot of work into the season, and again, Don Lee training the actors and Selkie and the team training the actors. They just really turned pretty much all the actors into martial artists. You watch the skills demonstration in tournament, and a lot of tournament was just all the actors doing their stuff. It was just incredible to watch them grow throughout the season and to the confidence that they had in doing everything. And like they all just thoroughly improved. They were just crazy good, dude. It was a beautiful thing to watch. They train them like stunt guys. They train them like martial artists, and obviously it speaks for itself. I think that's why the action's really good because it's a lot of the actors just going in doing it. Keanu style on John Wick, just doing it all. It
Love
was
that.
awesome.
Yeah, like I love that journey that the actors have had with the martial arts because I know some of them weren't experienced or had no experience at all when they first started Cobra Kai. And like you said perfectly, like yeah, them growing as a stuntman yourself, you must be like it's like seeing a baby grow into something, you know, like a child, and he's got all these skills, and then it just keeps growing and growing. It must feel really good to see that because um, these guys are, yeah, like you said, they do a lot of their stunts or most of them. Um, so like with each season from when you came on season 3, how do you guys try and outdo yourselves each season with the fight scenes? Like, what do you try and change up and keep it fresh for the upcoming season? Because each season outdoes itself with the fighting, and it's like, how do you just keep on top of that? It's obviously very difficult.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. I ask myself that at the beginning of every season. Uh, Seriously, at the beginning, I'm like, man, how are we going to top it? Like, I don't know.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Exactly. I put faith in my coordinators and the team, and I really look to them, and when they open the table for everybody to bring our ideas, we just bring our ideas. A lot of us stunt guys have a passion and a love, and I should say stunt guys and girls as well, passion and a love for martial arts and everything. So we're watching old school Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, all the old school kind of Hong Kong fights,
Yeah.
and it's like so many amazing martial arts films. And we'll go back and recall those. I play a lot of video games that involve martial arts, and I find cool moves and stuff like that. And I go, oh, what if we could take this and twist this in there and tweak that a bit or this and that? And and then the other part of it is just getting into a creative flow with each other. We'll just be like, throw 1 or 2 moves, this and that. Oh, we could move like this. Oh, we can move like that. Oh, what if we do this and that? And then it just turns into this really crazy cool fight. The coolest fight I think I got most involved in was with pitching ideas and stuff was probably the Hulk Robbie fight.
That
That
fight.
was crazy when we read the script. I think a lot of it comes from the writing as well in the script, because sometimes it's just they fight and we have to all this. Sometimes they give us story beats that we have to hit and this and that. So for the round where nobody lands a hit and they run out the timer, it gave us a lot of good action beats to go off of. It's like, oh, near misses and all this stuff. And at first I read it and I was like, how? And Don's like, watch this. And I'm like, all right, watch it. Like, let's go.
Hold my beer.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. And, so just throwing moves and throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks, and seeing what works and what doesn't, and tweaking this and tweaking that. Like Don will go and Don and Ken will go and work on like another fight, and they'll leave me and like the other guys to come up with like, again, like the Robbie Hawk thing, and come up with it. And then they come back and they go, oh, we like this, change that, maybe make this quicker, maybe take that out, do this, so it's a team working together with, and that's how you end up, outdoing yourselves, is just, again, teamwork, strong connections, communication. And, I think we nailed it this season. I think,
definitely.
So it was awesome to be a part of that. Yeah, it was cool.
So with season 4, what would you say was different apart from like the pandemic? Would you say you learned something more valuable this season in comparison to season 3? Because obviously, like, Netflix took over the show once they, season 3 had released, like before the release actually, and then season 4 was made by Netflix. Like, did you see much difference in the way you had to go about, filming?
Yeah. So I had a lot more time on this season. It was cool starting a season from the beginning. Season 3, I only came in towards the end, the last 2 episodes. So like the last 3 or 4 weeks, I came in and worked on it. And it was a cool experience. I'd been on other shows and stuff like that before, so I kind of understood how things worked, but I was still kind of green and fresh, especially here in America. I was still kind of new. I'd only been here for about a year at that point. But to be on season 4 from the beginning and coming in every now and then and seeing everybody grow and everything like that, I think, every day I was just learning. Every day I was on set, I was just learning something new. Learning something new from whether it be little gems and advice that the older guys on the team would give me, and Ken and Don, like, that they would give me. I'm like, I'm an empty cup. Fill my cup, please. Like, give me the knowledge. Give me the knowledge. Taking it on board, using it. I think it's very important to be teachable, especially in this industry. So yeah, I'd have to say every single day learned new things, and applied them, to the skills and to the fights and to the action and to the teamwork and to every aspect of life and work. So it was really cool to show up to work and be like, what am I going to learn today? Like, what am I going to learn? What opportunity is going to present itself, and how am I going to come up with a solution or ask for help with this or this and that. So it was really a blessing, I would have to say. So
right. Would you say, as a stuntman, having the luxury, obviously, staying fit and healthy, but also, mentally, like, is that the most challenging part of being a stuntman, to, stay mentally prepared for, the sequences you're about to shoot, and just also, just physically being prepared?
Oh, absolutely. Before, like, we have all the practices and rehearsals. Sometimes we don't get a lot of time for rehearsals, and stuff like that, but that all plays mentally, I mean, All Valley, with all the fights that Tanner had to do, like, Don was kind of like, he was like, you have to come up with all of his fights. Like, you have to have an input. He's like, wow, you're his double, do it. And I'm like, absolutely. Yes, sir. No worries. That's part of the job. I was like, I'm ready, and I'm pulling in all help that I can. And but mentally, I think I bring it home with me, and I sit there and I think, and I try to prepare myself, for like the day of the fight. You're preparing yourself. You're like, okay. But I think a lot of where my thought goes is Tanner prepared? Does he feel good? How's he feeling? Is he stretched out? Is he warmed up? And I actually bought this stretch machine, and he kept texting me on set and being like, "Where's your stretch machine, bro? I need it." And I was like, "Yeah, of course." He had the hypervolt, so like I used his hypervolt, I used my stretch machine and stuff. We were staying prepared, but I think definitely mentally, um, definitely this season gave me a challenge mentally to. I mean, I show up on set and I'm shitting myself every day. I'm scared. I think it's a healthy thing. As long as it doesn't prevent you from what you're doing. As long as the all risks and whatever is there, and sure you might forget choreography, but it's okay. You go again. You get behind everybody, and you're like, oh, it's fine. You know what? Just don't mess it up on the next one. Let's go. Like high energy, good energy, and I think all that kind of energy and support and everything like that helps mentally, absolutely, to stay prepared. Hell, man, I'd come home and I'd do choreography in my sleep. We had so much choreography going at it, like choreography in my sleep. My girl was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry,
just
I'm
like
sorry. Was I
kicking
fighting in my sleep?" She's like, "Yeah, it started from your hands and then it went down to your feet and you were kicking." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." So that was my mental thing, was just know the choreography and don't do anything or say anything dumb, which is hard for me. So
with preparation, like on like a regular basis, how long would you say you like prepare just yourself for when you get into the stunts and when you're filming, like let's say the usual routine, maybe off season and then going into the season? How much like time do you actually spend, let's say in hours, like in during a session maybe?
just like a single gym session, or
Yeah.
like during season 4, like I said, I wasn't on full time, so a lot of my off time was spent at the gym. Obviously, because Tanner, for when we were shirtless on the last round of the Hulk Robbie fight, he's like, at the beginning of the season, he's like, we're going to get shredded and it's going to be great. I'll give you some workout routines, and I hit those like nothing else, dude. And more so, I just try to use every available hour that I had to go to the gym or to the park or do this. And so average on a day, I would remember waking up on a day that I had off, and I would go into the gym. I'd meet a couple of friends and we do some fight stuff and some bag work, and then we'd hit the weights, and then we go back to do some fight stuff. We would spend all day at the gym. Like, say we get there at 10, we're leaving when the gym closes at like 9 or 10. So we'd hit it hard, and we would just go full send into the abyss. But
Love it.
yeah, dude. So and then on any other given day, there were days I'd show up to set and for a rehearsal or for something like that, or to learn the choreography with Tanner, or come up with choreography or whatever, or film the fight, and then I'd get off early and I'd just go straight to the gym after that. I'm like, or it'd be like 6 o'clock at night and we'd wrap and they go, "Okay, I'll get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow." And I'm like, "Cool. Gym closes at 10. I got time." I run and go to the gym, and hopefully it paid off. And even now, just got back from the holidays and stuff, and literally first day I flew in 2 days ago from Connecticut, and I literally just went to the gym yesterday, and I was like, I gotta get a session in. I miss it. I haven't been to the gym in weeks, so it's crazy. You're a gym guy yourself, so
yeah, I just got back from the gym before this. Yeah,
yeah.
I absolutely love it, man. Obviously, I'm not doing stunts and all this stuff or learning moves, but honestly, it would be really fun. But like, yeah, I can imagine those sessions must get grueling as well at times. But it must feel great when you're able to do these moves so with ease. Like someone's like, "Oh, show me a kick." You just do a flip. You do like this crazy kick. It's like, yeah, that's just me doing a normal kick.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah,
and then there's normal
it's
people
like
like
anything.
myself doing a roundhouse. It's like so difficult.
It's like anything that you have a love for and a passion. If you love it, do it. It doesn't feel like work when I'm at work. It doesn't feel like work. It just is like, this is what I love doing, even if it's the most stressful day and things aren't going right or this and that, or everything's hectic on set. I sit there, and at the end of the day, I'm like, I would do this again a million times, because it's what you love. So I feel like if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. That's what they say. So
Great
You know,
advice.
absolutely, you know, so it is kind of cool. To do, like, I've done parkour and free running since I was very little. So if somebody says do a backflip, it's as natural as breathing to me at this point. Want my martial arts to get to that point. There's some things that I'm slowly getting better at, but I think this year I'm going to attack weapons and try to make that as simple as breathing. You know, Don and the rest of the team are Don using size is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The man will just be flipping them and throwing them while talking to you, looking you in the eye, won't even be looking at the Sai, you know, because back when he competed, size was his thing. And I was like, okay, wanna learn some Sai. And I've got a couple little tricks that he showed me and stuff. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I'm excited to maybe on the next job that I work with him, I'll whip out the sides and be like, so I learned a kata or something. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you know, I think it's all that sort of stuff of being able to do things effortlessly. It's just part of the job in a sense. You know, our job as stunt performers is not just on camera. It's what happens behind camera and what happens when on your days off. You know, it's you always got to put in those hours. And honestly, I think it's like say for a roundhouse kick, it's like you want your roundhouse kick to look good. Well, how much time are you willing to put into that and training that? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the aspect of that, is like, how much time are you willing to put into your craft is gonna it's gonna reflect what's seen on camera, you know. So that's about all I have to say about that.
No, that's awesome. So like working with Tanner, I've heard like he loves to, you know, learn a lot. He likes to learn and just gain loads of knowledge from what he's doing, and he likes to challenge himself. And obviously you work very closely with him, so you know that more than anyone. So what's it been like working with Tanner, and like does he always want you to get the best out of him, you know, when he's doing some of these scenes?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, dude's a beast. Dude is a weapon. Some days training in the gym or something like that, he's pushing the limit, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can keep up. You know, I'm like, damn. You know, he's like I said about passion and stuff and drive. He's just one of the most passionate, driven people I know for his craft, and he's very dedicated to it. So it's inspiring at times, you know, to watch him do his thing. It really is. You know, so working closely with him, we've become really good friends. We've become brothers, really. You know, it's great. He calls me the killer koala. You know, for the
I'm
Aussie,
guessing because of the Aussie stuff, right?
Yeah, because of the Aussie stuff. So I call him Tangaroo, which is great. So little nicknames. But he's dude, he just, whenever we're on set, so my girlfriend, she's the first team PA. She looks after all the actors and stuff on set. And when he's not shooting a scene, or I'm not there that day, or I'm doing something else, or this and that, and he'll go up to her and be like, where's Tom? He's like, where's my bro? I need my bro. Like, you know, I need to tell him something, or he just wants to be around me. And I'm the same way with him. I'm like, yo, where's Tanner at? Like, I just want to see my boy, make sure he's doing all right, you know. So it's a cool mutual little brotherhood that we have, you know, a relationship, a bromance, if you will.
Yeah, I love that. Love hearing that.
Yeah, but as for getting the most out of it, yeah, absolutely. You know, we're always pushing each other, like with his choreography and with his stunts and with his training. And anytime Robbie has to take a fall to the ground or a kick or something like that, I look at him and I go, you could do this, guy. I'm like, you could definitely do this. And he goes, okay, I'll do one or I'll do another. And he's like, and then we'll throw you in there. And so he always makes sure I earn my money. I'll tell you that. He's always like, you know, Don and Ken, they'll come up to him and be like, so if you want to do this, there's no issue. If you want to do you know, this fall or this thing or whatever like that. And he goes, we'll get one with Tom. But he goes, yeah, no, get one with Tom first. And then I'll see if I want to do it. Or he just attacks it full on. And I'm like, oh, dude, I have to bring my A game now. I'm like, damn. You know, because he's just a weapon, dude. He's a beast. And it's inspiring. You know, I hope to work with him for a long time. he says he wants to take me on to projects, which is very flattering and stuff like that.
Awesome.
After the Robbie Hawk fight, that was a big day. We had a whole day to film that fight, and after that, he kind of is like, come to my trailer and stuff like that. We were just having a good chat, and really just getting a chance to wind down and relax after all the pressure on that fight. And he was like, man, as far as I'm concerned, you're the guy that does my stunts. He's like, I want you, and you're the man. And I was like, oh, dude, thank you. I was like, you're the guy, you're the man. We just had that really good working relationship and a really good friendship and brotherhood outside of work. So he's one of a kind. I tell you that. Definitely keep your eyes on Tanner Buchanan in the future. Guy's crazy. Guy's got a big career ahead of him for sure. And a lot of like Don and Ken and the team, they really put a lot into the actors and really look after them, including Tanner. It's great to look up to the side and see Don and Tanner just bonding, and Ken and Tanner bonding, and we try very, very hard to create those bonds with the team and the actors and the cast and the crew and everything like that, to help things go smooth, to keep people's confidence up and keep the good energy. And I think they really do a good job keeping those bonds and keeping that. So yeah, but working with Tanner is always a pleasure. Anytime my phone calls and it's him, I will answer it, and I will always be down to help out my boy.
Yeah, you're just like, Tanner? Yeah, it's kind of like, I could see this as like a Silver Crease thing.
That's really probably, yeah.
You get a call like let me think, like, yeah, Tanner's calling you to, hey, long time. You're just like, you're kind of like, nah, I haven't seen in years. Well, this is the opposite. It's more so like, I'm gonna be there right now, and yeah, I love
100%.
that.
100%.
Like you were saying,
yeah,
it's like the family thing, the camaraderie on set. I mean, that must make this not feel so much like a job, more so like you're working for fun, like you're enjoying what you do, and obviously, like you said, the job parts, just doing what's part of it, but that must make a huge difference in just working on a project and being so invested and really like feeling a part of something great.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a good work environment when you can come in and see people that you love, and it's always a good time. And I think the only thing that I don't like about my job and work is getting up early. I'm not a morning person.
Oh yeah.
That's honestly got to be the only thing that I think about. But I'm fine. I throw down a Red Bull and we're good. Good to go. Or maybe two, depending on how the day is going. But it has its stressful moments and intense moments and times. But ultimately, it just comes down to again, the strong bonds that are built throughout filming and all that sort of stuff. So it's for sure. It's a really good environment to be in, and I look back on it every time and I sit there and I go, there's not a day that I didn't look forward to going into work. There's not a day where I'd wake up and be like, oh, I guess I got to go into work today and do this stuff. It's like, no, I get to go in and get my ass kicked. It's awesome. It's great. Joke's on you, high school bullies. I turned it into a career.
But, that is jokes on them massively.
Yeah, for sure. But it's it's a really, really good environment that they've built, and a team, and I love them. I love them. They're family, dude. And I'll drop anything that I'm doing for any single one of them and be there. So it's definitely helps get the job done to have that support and that camaraderie, as you said.
Would you have you I know you've worked with Tanner, on the stunts and probably with training, but have you guys actually like had a little spar just for fun, just to kind of see where you're kind of testing where he's at with all these years of training, and obviously you've come out as a stunt man, just for fun, like
not so much a spar, like we've done a lot of mitt work and stuff, and let me tell you, the boy can move. Like I'd be scared to go up against him. But we were training some Kali stuff, some Filipino Kali stuff. I was teaching him some stick drills and some knife drills and stuff, because I love Kali. I love the flow of it. You know, my boy wants to be Nightwing, so
yes.
My boy wants to be Robin and Nightwing. You know, so I was like, yo, let me show you some stick stuff, because that's what.
Oh, there you go. Nah, you're good. You're good.
I had a phone call. That was interesting.
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, I thought you'd disconnect for a second, but it's all good. Yeah.
Ooh, we there?
Wait, can you hear me?
I don't know what happened. I can't see you, but I'm not sure if you can hear me or see me. There we go.
Can you hear me now? Is it good now?
Maybe.
Don't know what's happened. I need his mug, yeah. Can you hear me?
See if he comes back on.
Can you hear me now?
I'm pretty sure this happened in our last interview too.
Can you hear me now? No? Can you hear me?
Where is he at? Where'd he go?
Let me read the chat. Can everyone? Yeah, I think people can hear me. Can you hear me?
1 second. What we got?
Leave and join again.
What do we got?
How about now?
There it is. There it is.
Oh, all I need to do is remove myself from the stream. I don't know.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that happened in our last interview too.
Yeah. That's really weird. I think it's because you had the call, and then I think it meant my audio. Don't worry, it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
I'm just wondering how that happens, though. I just don't get how it disconnects. But anyway, you said something interesting that really was making me think about. You said about Nightwing and training the Tanner with the sticks.
Tanner and I, we love Nightwing. We love Robin. So. I got into the Filipino Kali and the stick fighting, the double sticks and stuff like that, because of Nightwing, following it from a young age. So yeah, I was like, we'll mess around. Like, I'll show you some stuff, and yeah, it'll be cool. And he fell in love with it, dude. He's just obsessed with it now. He loves it. He thinks it's great. So that was cool. But yeah, there was a moment. There's some fun like knife fighting stuff. I was like, you want to feel like what it's like in a real knife fight? Because he was asking about the drills, and I'm like, these are good drills to do and stuff like that. But in real life, somebody pulls a knife, you just run. Like, that's like, and the best knife fighters in the world will tell you the same thing. But I was like, basically, what happens in a knife fight is the loser goes to the morgue and the winner goes to the ER. Like, you're gonna get cut no matter what. So we got on the floor with some fake knives and like some training knives, and we were just like sizing each other up and like watching like and trying to get those cuts in and everything like that. And we'd feel it on our fingers and our arms and go, oh, so you got me there, like, oh, that would have been bad or this. So and we that was a really, really fun moment. We were pretty evenly matched in that, which was great. So he's but he was loving it. He thought it was great. So that's about the closest to sparring that we've gotten is that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's dude. Cool, but I would love to. I'd love to put on some headgear and some gloves and just have a friendly sparring match with him. I know he'd
like, come on, Tyler, let's go.
He'd look at me and be like, gloves? What are we using gloves for?
Master versus the student. Like, do everything I've taught you.
Oh yeah, I'd be looking at Don being like, you taught him more stuff than you taught me, so I'm scared.
That's funny. You said about Nightwing. You must have maybe heard about the fan castings for Tanner. Like, a lot of people believe he could be Harry Osborn in in the MCU.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Nightwing, I definitely see that, or maybe another version of Robin. Are you more DC or Marvel?
Oh, that is such a hard question.
Yeah, I have to ask you this because we were talking about Spider-Man a while ago, and I know you love DC as well, and I've seen you with some cosplay. I think you wore something.
My two favorite characters have to be Nightwing and Spider-Man. They're very similar in the fact that they are acrobatic. A lot of the martial arts and fighting revolves around acrobatics and being able to do being in tricking and being able to do tricking really helps with that, which is a cool aspect. So I don't know. It's a hard pick, man. It's a hard pick. I love them all. I'm probably going to go slightly more DC by a fraction, simply because Nightwing's my boy and I love Nightwing. He's a really cool character in the way that he steps out of Batman's shadow from being Robin and becomes his own thing, and he gets the job done, but not as brutally as Batman. Sometimes in some comics he goes dark, but no, I feel like I've heard the fan castings, and so is Tanner of everyone believes he could be like a Jason Todd or something like that. And, it kind of keeps him in the bad boy like Robbie sort of thing, and he honestly, watching him act and the person that he is, I'm like, dude, you would kill it as Dick Grayson, as a Nightwing sort of character. And he was like, I was thinking the same thing. So, we'll see where that leads, and we'll see what happens there. I'm in full support of him going for it and doing his thing, as a brother would be. I got to support my brother, got to support my guy. But yeah, that was fun doing some Kali stuff and doing some training and getting in there. It was great. We're very much the same person. We have such a similar bond with that sort of stuff. So
yeah. When you first met Tanner, what was it like? Did you guys, like you said, you found so much in common, or did you really have to learn off each other and really understand what you were like?
We clicked very quickly, pretty much straight away. I think we clicked on work ethic. Can't speak today, because I think someone was saying go home, get some rest. We were rehearsing for the Johnny Robbie fight at the end of season 3, where he gets thrown into the locker and knocked out. And I think they were like, "Oh, go home and get some rest and stuff like that, and get some sleep." And we both just kind of said at the same time, sleep, get all the sleep we need when we're dead.
Sleepers of the week.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So we bonded over that. We looked at each other, and instant connection, and we just connected. And then I think Disney Plus got released around that time as well. And we talked about our favorite Disney movie, and it's both of our favorite movie is Treasure Planet. It's very
Treasure Planet is a classic.
So good. It's so good. And the way that his hair was in season 3, we were like, and the way that it fell forward, kind of mine. We were like, dude, Jim Hawkins right here. You should be,
oh my god,
if they do a Treasure Planet live action, this man right here. And he was like, dude, the dream. So we bonded pretty instantly, and to the point where we had the year off in 2020, because of COVID shut everything down. And then when we were coming back, he was texting me and messaging me before we started filming season 4. It was like, are you coming back to season 4? Are you going to be my double? Can you double me? I was like, yeah, man, I'm coming back. Of course, it would be great. So he was super excited to see me again, and I was super excited to see him, and we kept in touch, which was great. So yeah, instant bond, instant connection,
Yeah, definitely. If I have to ask you this difficult question as well about season 4, which fight from season 4 was your favorite? Because there's obviously so many, and obviously in particular, if we're talking strictly Robbie, I mean, the fights at All Valley, the party fight with him, Miguel, Tori and Sam, and then of course the one in the first episode where he just annihilates all the Cobras. Yeah, if you could pick one, maybe you really like the most, where would you go?
I gotta say, the one I really like, the prom fight. We had a lot of fun on that one. That was really cool. I love the ending of them going in the pool. That was cool. We did a really cool previs. I remember it was I hadn't been on the show in a week or something like that, and I got brought in to learn this fight. I had to learn it on the day, which was great. of the previs, which was like a week or so before we actually filmed the fight. And for anybody that doesn't know, a previs is like we take the scene and the choreography that we've come up with and we go out and we shoot it to give the directors and the writers and all that like an idea of what they can go off of when they film it and be like, oh, we like this angle, we like that angle, we like this, blah, blah, blah. We like that, take this out, do this and change it. So it gives them like something like a skeleton to see of the fight. And I think our previs was like 4 minutes long. A lot of it was slow motion, but it was like 4 minutes long of just fighting. And we had kicks, punches. A lot of it stayed in. Some of it got cut down for time, I think. But it was awesome, dude. It was like, that was probably one of my favorite ones to do was the previs for that, which was a fun experience and a good day. Strictly talking Robbie, Gotta Be Hawk Robbie fight. That was a challenge.
Oh, dude. It was amazing.
That was a challenge. And Tanner and Jacob brought their A game. Like they really didn't use me and the other double, Ethan Milisano. He's an MMA guy from Alabama, really talented guy. Kudos to him for coming in like 2 days beforehand and learning like a 200 beat fight, dude. It was crazy. He killed it. So yeah, it was they brought their A game. Tanner and Jacob. I think my favorite part of the Robbie Hawk fight was watching them just kill it, because they'd come in on days they didn't have to be there or super early and stay super late, and they're just like, we just want to like get this choreography down. Can you run it with us again? Can you run it? Like if Tanner was doing a scene and Jacob was free, he'd come up and be like, yo, can you run the choreo with me? And I'd be like, yeah, of course, and then Tanner would be like, hey, can you run the choreo with me? And I'd be like, cool, I'll be Hawk, you be Robbie, obviously. And we do it, and it was just a phenomenal fight to take from the page and put it. So honestly, kudos to the team and to Don and Ken and everybody for that. That was mind-blowing. That was a learning experience in itself. So that's probably my favorite Robbie fight. And I got to say, my favorite fight, I just love the Johnny versus Daniel on the sparring deck, because I hadn't seen it. I didn't know anything about it. So as I was watching it, that was the one that me and my girlfriend were sitting there, and when they finished it at the same time, the back fist and the twist kick to the face, and they fell down at the same time. Me and my girlfriend just sat there. And
did not expect that.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. It was awesome. Yeah. There's too many fight scenes to pick from. It's just such a good season. Yeah. So, it's crazy, dude.
That scene in particular, I was very surprised when Daniel used the pressure points, because in this kind of, he only was supposed to use that when it's a really serious situation, like he used it with Kreese at the end of season 3. But I love the way Johnny still counteracted it and still got the point. It's like that's just Johnny. But that fight was it was really cool, because I've always wanted to see them kind of fight again in a tournament kind of setting.
Yeah, it was really honestly like a fan service almost. It was like you want to see how it would go down? This is how it would go down. And I was like, oh, this is intense.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Because if there was going to be like a division just for like, previous champions, maybe like senseis, I thought maybe that's the only way. But the way they did it, I loved it. Like, let's see who the real winner is. We still don't know, because it ended on
hatchet, settle it now. Let's settle it, and then evenly matched. So good.
Right. So good. Yeah, this is one thing about Robbie this season I loved is the fact he's willing to combine the styles he knows. It's kind of like Bruce Lee kind of stuff here. It's like MMA. He's like not trying to stick with one style. He wants to combine it and just, use it to the best of his ability. I mean, that is really cool. Would you say with preparation, it was kind of different? Because obviously with Robbie, he's learning like Cobra Kai, and then obviously he was doing Miyagi-Do before.
Right.
I mean, obviously you entered the show in season 3 when he had joined Cobra Kai, but Robbie still used Miyagi-Do. Was preparation any different based on the new style he was learning?
It was actually a really fun thing to do, especially for the first and second round of the Hawk Robbie fight, where you see, he's using Cobra Kai to come at him, and then Jacob comes at him. He goes, "Oh, he's using Miyagi, and like he knows how to trick him." And then it was a really fun dynamic, and the script very much was talking about like they use both styles, and then especially in that the one where they run out the timer, the round 3, it was like they're just combining all styles and also. And I'm sitting there reading this as a fan, just going like, "Oh, this is awesome." I was like, they're not ready for this. It was really cool. It was, yeah. And then, obviously him in the dojo at the beginning of the season, teaching them, wax on, wax off. What a pivotal moment.
Right.
I think what a thing for like, Miyagi fans to be like, "Oh, what is this blasphemy?" And, it's really cool, but he makes a good point of it in the script when he's talking to Daniel at the tournament. He's like, doesn't matter. It's just as long as, I'll do anything it takes to win and stuff. I was like, you know what? You're a good man. I like it. Use your entire inventory, your of knowledge. So I think it was a really cool character thing for him. And I think it was a really cool moment in the series. I think it raised the stakes when Sam and Daniel are there and they're looking at each mat, and the Cobra Kai's are using the Miyagi techniques, and they're like, "Great, they know our moves. Like, how are we gonna win?"
That gave me
it keeps you on edge, Yeah.
That was something just blows your mind. It's like they know each other's styles in a sense, but the fact Robbie was teaching them that was like not even like Kreese or Silver even thought of that. And these guys have been, they never thought of trying to learn their enemy's style. And
I think at that point they hadn't had any knowledge or any way to learn it. Like nobody from Miyagi would teach this, but I think how they wrote and they're very smart with the writing. I think how they wrote Robbie's relationship with his father and how he is, and the way that he was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get back at my dad for this and that," and then it all happens, but then. I think a beautiful moment in the series is after all that he kind of feels bad, and he tells his dad he's sick of blaming him, and that moment, because again I wasn't there that day that Tanner filmed that, and that moment
that must have been
brought a tear to my eye, dude, to watch him do that, and he's a phenomenal actor, and these two phenomenal actors just being in the scene and that emotion that you feel from that scene. So I think that kind of redeems him. In a sense where he's like, I did a bad thing and I'm sorry. And it's not just, I don't think it's, I did a bad thing by teaching them Miyagi. He's like, I'm just lost and I'm sorry and I'm sick of blaming you and stuff. So, I think where the fans might've been like, "Oh, he's teaching them Miyagi. How dare he?" I think in that moment at the end, they kind of feel for him and they kind of go, he was just doing what it took to win. And now he feels bad. And, they won. And they got away with it, but Robbie's trying to find redemption, and he's a very good character, and Tanner does him so well. He's just perfect.
Like that scene was definitely something no one's ready for it. You want to see it happen, but it's like, when is that going to happen? When he's going to have that moment with Johnny? And they did it so beautifully, and I love the, what he was saying, like, and when he realized the moment Cobra Kai was probably bad for him is when he saw Kenny kind of becoming this new.
Oh, absolutely.
That distracted him from winning the final. He would have beaten Hawk if it wasn't for that moment. He looked up at Kenny, and that character development there. He's like, wow, yeah, I've seen what Johnny, and what Daniel have probably been warning me about through Kenny, and now with Kenny, he's kind of feeling guilty now with the decisions he's made up until that point, which is again phenomenal writing from the big three. Love that. And I think season 4 was probably, in a sense, Robbie's season and what they did with him. And I think it was him, Hawk, and probably a few others. They really shined the most. And especially Tori and Robbie. They really had a great dynamic this season. Speaking of Kenny and Robbie, there was a moment of you in the dojo, and I think we did speak about this a while ago, because or maybe it wasn't, maybe it was about season 3, but in season 4 there's a scene where you're holding the bag, I think, in Kenny's training.
Tanner was holding the bag,
but was it Tanner?
I was there that day, and I got to fight Terry Silver. That was a moment for the career. I'll tell you that. That was cool. But again, Tanner did like a lot of the stuff. All I did was take that back kick to the ground at the end and the flip, and Tanner really did most of that. He again crushed it with choreography. I can't talk that guy's skill up enough. Like I feel like unless you work with him, you just don't know how good he is. He's just so good. But no, that dynamic between Kenny and Robbie was a beautiful thing this season. I think he explains it to Johnny, I think, in that scene where he was like, I tried to teach him the right way and I thought I was doing the right thing. And then, he got corrupted by Silver, which is Kenny got corrupted by Silver. And I got to say, Dallas, just as a side note, Dallas, who plays Kenny, is amazing. He is the sweetest, most well-mannered kid I've ever met in my life. Super dedicated, super driven, talented, came in, learned all the martial art, learned all the fights. Very much almost like a mini Tanner in a way of like the dedication and stuff. He's like, oh no, I want to do it. I want to learn it and stuff. And I was like, my boy, my man. Okay, like let's go. He was a super fun person to work with, super adorable kid, just the most well-mannered person you'll ever meet. He's just really, really sweet kid. You should try to get him on the interview.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
He on the channel, yeah. I'm sure he'd love to do it, but he was a fun person to work with, definitely. And for their tournament fight, again, I don't remember there being any doubles for that. I think that was the one fight that was just 100%. Well, probably not the one fight. I'm sure there were other fights during the season that were just the actors, but that's the one that I don't remember doing a stunt pass for.
Right.
I remember doing walkthroughs for the camera and stuff like that, so that they knew where everything was going to happen. But that I remember watching that from the sidelines, just being like, okay, they got the first round done in one take.
Wow.
Because Don was calling it out, and Don was like, okay, we'll go round one, and we'll just keep going round one until we get it, and we're good to move on. And so, 3, 2, 1, action. They did round one when Kenny scores a point on him, and then I just remember everyone looking around. They go, well, we got that, round two. And round two was just the kick to the face, so it was just great,
Yeah.
and the moment where Kreese talks to Robbie, and he's like, you fighting your friend or your enemy? He's in your way or something like that is how the line goes, I think. And then he turns and you see the darkness in his eyes and the corruption. I remember sitting there on the monitors and everybody just went, ooh, because you physically saw him change, and it was the coolest thing. And then, I got to say that last kick on Kenny looked like Robbie killed him. I was like, on that day, he stacked it so perfectly.
I felt that
he placed
kick.
it so perfectly and stacked it for the camera so well that we were all just like, oh my God, he's dead. But, they played it off super well. And like I said, Dallas did everything, keen to get in there and did it all. And so did Tanner, So those were the interactions I had with Dallas, and I was just blown away by this young man's talent. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
incredible.
Definitely a rising star in what he's done, and he was a great character this season. I loved him. You said about you had that little scene with Terry Silver, Thomas Ian Griffith. What was it like finally being able to work with someone like that?
Oh,
that must have been badass.
I showed up on the day, and Ken and Don go, so do you know what this fight is? I was like, no, I just know I'm fighting somebody. And they were like, oh, cool. You're fighting Silver. And I was like, come again? And they were like, yeah, no, you're fighting Silver. It's going to be great. And we got some cool choreo. So, we went and learned it. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And Thomas Ian Griffin, he's a martial artist. He grew up doing martial arts all of his life and stuff. So honestly, my dad is a martial artist of like 40 plus years and used to spar with him and learn from him and all that sort of stuff. So it just felt like I was sparring my dad, really, honestly. It was awesome. I had for that back kick, I had a chest pad on, just a little one. And, he felt where the pad was and he goes, okay, cool, right there. Boom. Every time, hit it. and just didn't miss the pad at all. Just hit it every single
Wow.
time. His targeting is on point. And then even like he would take notes from directors and do this and then have to do dialogue. And then we come back to that kick like a couple minutes later and he'd still hit it perfect every time. And then I remember one time we thought we got the shot and rookie error, took the pad off. I was like, okay, cool, we're done. We're moving on to the next one. They go, oh, hang on a minute. Let's do it again. One more time. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't want to waste time by putting the pad back on. So I just tied up the gi and went back on the mat. And I was like, hey, just so you know, I took the pad off, but you can kick me. Just go for it. Just go for it. And the man has such talent. He hit me with enough force to knock me on my ass, but it didn't kill me, which was great. I was sitting there going, that felt awesome. Like I'll do 10 more of those. I don't care. Like that was great. So what a moment, and he's a sweet guy. And it was a little confusing when they wanted to give notes to Thomas. We didn't know which Thomas they wanted to give notes to or anything like that. They'd be like,
Oh yeah,
so Thomas, and we both look and be like, yeah, what's up? And then
like
we'd look at each other and go, this is going to be a problem.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man thing when Ned goes Peter and he's like, wait, you talking about this?
Exactly. It was
like
like this one. This one.
Yeah, this Thomas.
So then they'd be like Stunt Thomas, and then eventually they just said Watson, you're Watson, and then you're Thomas. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll be Watson. That's a better idea. But no, he's sweetest guy. Every time I'd see him on set, we'd be like, Thomas, what's happening? Like he's just a sweet guy. So what a moment, my parents couldn't believe it. My dad, especially being a
he
fan
was like
of,
geeking out.
Oh, my dad was geeking out. I remember getting off set that day and being like, so I got a spoiler. I was like, you can't tell anybody, but and I'll only tell you if you want to know. And he goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. I fought Terry Silver today, and he goes, you did not. And I was like, yeah, I did. So he thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh man, he must have been so proud, especially when he saw that scene. He must have been like, Thomas.
Oh, he was blown away. He was like, yeah, I know that's my kid getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. It's there must have been a full circle moment for you both. And like Thomas, I know he's a black belt in Taekwondo, so I mean he's still doing those kicks like it's nothing.
Dude, just seeing him work out on the bag, I was like, I feel sorry for anybody that like tries to mug you or gets on your wrong side. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Dude's still super fit. Dude still got the moves, man. I was like, I wouldn't want to get in the ring with you. I would be on my ass in seconds.
Yeah.
So
talented definitely guy. That must have been such a cool experience. And did you get to talk to him much, or was it really just in when you were filming?
Oh no, absolutely. I got to talk to him outside of shooting and all that sort of stuff. On this recent season 5, he got very close with my girlfriend because again, first team PA, she's looking after everybody. So we got to meet his wife and everything like that, and she was lovely, nice. and he just loved the dynamic between me and my girlfriend too. And we all became very close, and he was just like, oh, he's like, you remind me of a young me, Thomas, very driven, very passionate. And I was like, oh, what a compliment.
Yeah.
The guy, he's a cool guy, so definitely built a cool friendship there. I was very much in awe of him the first time I saw him act, and when I got to fight him, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, this is crazy. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. Just happy for you. That's really cool. A question that's kind of based on similarity. So obviously, like with you're both called Thomas, but with Tanner, obviously as a stunt double, you're supposed to look like the actor. Yeah. And of course, then the expertise with the stunts comes in. When it's off-season stuff, do you really have to make sure your look's not like too different from Tanner's? Because obviously, like you're a stunt double, you have to kind of like maintaining your hair, for example. Do you have to make sure like you kind of keep in sync with Tanner in that way, or do you have to? How do you go about that?
I did. It's funny because he'll send me little updates sometimes, especially before season 5.
Yeah.
Because I kept the hair long and I grew out my beard for work I did on Black Adam, and they were like, oh, I was like in military gear or military look, and they classic like stunt role, and they were like, oh no, we love the beard and we love the long hair, like it makes you look rough and scruff, and like older than 16. And I was like, thanks. Because normally they want me to double, kids or people that are playing 16-year-olds and have to clean shave and everything like that. So normally they want me for the baby face. But yeah, so Tanner was like keeping me up to date. He was like, "Oh, my hair's looking like this and stuff." Like just randomly, I wouldn't ask him. He'd just be like, "Hey, just so you know, for this season, this and that." But normally, if like I came in, my hair was a bit longer than his, and hair and makeup's really good with that. They give me a haircut on set and match it up, and then we look identical, which is hilarious. But my hair is naturally very curly. Usually, when I don't comb it or don't do anything, I just let it sit, and that's kind of how
cool like that.
Well, that's kind of how they make my character, like the stunt Cobra Kai character that I have. They kind of like just come in with your natural hair and mess it up and make it curly. That way you don't look like Tanner. And I was like, that's a good point. It's great. Especially when we're in scenes together. I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. So on off seasons, I do try to look as maintain the looks and stuff like that. Some jobs will ask me to cut hair and everything, and I'll let Tanner, like right now, I'm probably in a good place. If I got a job that wanted my haircut, I could probably get away with it because it grows back so quickly. But yeah, it's funny. We do talk about that all the time and stuff, and about hitting the gym and all that sort of stuff. And are you dropping weight? Are you gaining weight? Like, what are we doing? Like, are we putting on muscle? What are we doing? And stuff. And a lot of it's just maintaining where we're at or putting on a bit of muscle, which is great because all of season 5 on our off days, every off day, we just went to the gym. We just worked out. It was just awesome. And then, we had the shirtless boys club because we just want to train shirtless in the gym all the time. You go to like LA Fitness or something like that. They don't let you train with your shirt off. So we're like, yeah, shirtless boys club. That's what we're having.
I don't want to all the flexing and everything.
It was great. Imagine. Oh yeah, dude, all the time. But also just making sure that we look similar. So it was a good experience. It was a different experience. I'm not really used to that. So it's great. He's also the only person I've doubled that I don't have to wear a wig for. Yeah. Which was a blessing. Since season 3, they were like, your hair's a really good match for him. Like, keep it that way. I was like, perfect. No worries, can do. So you're telling me I don't have to wear a wig? Awesome. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's cool. That must be a hard commitment as well. Just making sure you're not looking too different and muscle everything, because you already got that commitment of just keeping in shape and everything and learning these. Especially when you're filming, you're learning a lot and you have to stay in shape. And then on top of that, the little nuances with appearance. I must be you must be so in sync with Tanner with all of that. But like a lot of people in the
tournament was fun. Tournament was fun with the shirtless fight scene. I'm naturally very hairy. I got chest hair and arm hair and all that sort of stuff. And I had to go get waxed.
Oh,
because if I had shaved, it would have grown back too quick, and I didn't know how long we had time for. So I was like, I can't have chest stubble. You know what I mean? On the day. So like about a week beforehand, or like 5 days beforehand, I went off and got waxed, and I was like, this is interesting. So that's the most committed. And Tanner was even like, damn, you committed, huh? And I was like, I got you, my
guy. That's a whole new meaning to wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. That's exactly what it was. I was like, great. I'm living the Miyagi dream right now.
Can you imagine Daniel was like when he was first learning karate, and Miyagi goes, I'll show you wax on, wax off. And he's like, no, not that kind of wax on.
I like my arm hair. Yeah.
You're too hairy, Daniel-san.
I feel like if I was in Miyagi, though, he'd be like, not what I meant by that, but love the commitment. But yeah, that's it's always I see it more of a motivation, sort of to keep up appearances and keep lost my wording for a second. Just to keep looking as much like him as possible, and to and to stay fit, stay healthy. It really helps. I actually have him to thank for being in the best shape of my life, I gotta say, because when I started season 4, I did not look like that, and then by the end of season 4, with all the fighting that we had to do, and we were in those gis and stuff, like, had friends and people coming up to me going, "Damn, bro, you really committed. Like, you put on some muscle." And I was like, "This is the most muscle I've ever had in my life, and my body hates me for it because I'm so sore." But no, it was good. It was good. So
yeah, a lot of people in the comments I was saying in the stream were saying, because I know you like Spider-Man and stuff, and they did say you do resemble a lot of Tom Holland. So you're kind of like Tanner and Tom Holland, like, comes together, creates Tom Watson.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's cool. Together we are T3. But no, that was funny. Just traveling. That mentioned that just traveling back from Connecticut with my girlfriend, because she's got naturally curly hair, very curly hair.
Yeah.
She's gotten since high school that she looks like Zendaya. So we had multiple people stop us and have a look. Yeah, we had multiple people stop us or just like tap us on the shoulders or something like that in the airport and boarding the plane and walking past people on the plane, just going, I hate to interrupt or anything, but just had to tell you that you and your girlfriend look like Tom and Zendaya. And we got it like literally that day traveling between, because we stopped in Baltimore. So traveling between all the airports and all the planes and stuff, like we got it about 3 or 4 times. And we were just like, okay, maybe it's a thing. But
definitely is, yeah.
I was like, don't really see it, but I appreciate it. I like that though. Looking like Tanner and looking like Holland, that's great. It makes Tom Watson. It's funny.
I just think that's actually really cool. So you and your girlfriend have to cosplay as like MJ and Peter at some point.
We really want to. I want to get the like the Far From Home suit or the new.
Oh, that's an amazing suit.
No Way Home suit and be and we'll do like a little side by side. I think that'd be funny. I just got a new Nightwing suit that we're gonna go out and do a photo shoot in. I told Tanner and he's like, "Show me the suit." I'm like, wait, I got some accessories coming in that I need to get first, and then we're gonna take photos. He goes, "I guess I'll wait." He's super excited about that stuff, which is great. So
that's super cool. Spider-Man related question. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but obviously with season 4 coming out and then No Way Home coming, it's like what a treat it is for Cobra Kai and Marvel fans. What do you think of No Way Home?
Oh, dude, mind blown. I was so ready on the opening day. I like was ready to buy tickets, and I was so ready. And then Jen goes, my girlfriend Jen, she goes, "Aren't we going to be out of town?" And I was like, "Damn it."
Oh no!
I was like, we are.
You can't miss that. Yeah.
For work, we were flying out, and I was like, you right. I was like, it's fine. So when we finished up where we were, and we went back to Connecticut, the day after we flew in, we went and saw it, and just mind blown, dude. My mind was blown. I was like, I don't want to give any spoilers for people that haven't seen it, but how have you not seen it yet?
I don't know how people waited like 4 weeks. I'm like, I would go insane. I couldn't.
Dude, I had to stay off Instagram. It's like I was scrolling. I spoiled something for myself. And my buddy next to me, Jesse Howes, who also another incredible person on the stunt team, really, really like a brother to me. He was Johnny's double. And he was there with me as I was scrolling. And he saw something Spider-Man come up and he looked away because he didn't want to spoil. And I was like, damn it. And he goes, "You spoil something for yourself?" I was like, yeah.
No.
He goes, "That's why I'm careful." And I'm like, damn it.
But, man. Yeah. You
no,
definitely
great,
have
dude.
to.
The movie was phenomenal. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. I was laughing. I was crying. I was motivated. I was screaming in excitement. It was surreal is a real way to put it. So.
Within the whole multiverse stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if you appeared as Spider-Man now, because the similarity.
Yeah, Spider-Man. That'd be funny. That'd be great.
Just come through like, "Oh, Tom, it's
just
tiny another
little
one."
Cameo. Just tiny little cameo there somewhere. I'll swing through.
That would be amazing. But yeah, wow. Obviously, I'd love to go into spoilers, but if there is anyone in the stream, go and watch the movie. Okay, this is your last chance.
Go watch it.
Yeah, what a film. It's kind of weird. I mean, these are two things I'm incredibly passionate about. And you were saying about Black Adam earlier on. I didn't know if you knew this, but well, not in Black Adam, but in Aquaman.
Mhm.
It's got a crazy full circle moment. Willem Dafoe has a scene with Jason Momoa as Aquaman,
Mhm.
and he's like teaching him. It's about kind of how he taught him how to fight and everything. And Jason Momoa says, "All right, Cobra Kai." Like he kind of
Oh, he
insinuates.
does say that. That's
Yeah.
right. He goes, "Okay, Cobra Kai."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I literally
dude.
was like, "What?" I
I'll
was
have
like,
to rewatch that movie. Damn, I was in that movie and I didn't even freaking catch that. That's funny.
when you see that scene, you will literally be like, "Oh, amazing!" Like just.
No, I'm hearing it now and I remember him. Yeah, he's like, "Okay, Cobra Kai." Yeah, that's really
I
funny.
don't think when I first watched
Wow,
it, I
that's
don't
crazy.
think I don't think I clocked. It was
Mm.
very much in the cinema. I didn't really think, but when I watched it again on Prime, I was like, "Wait, he's in Cobra Kai? How did I not see that?"
That's so good. That's maybe we can get Willem Dafoe or Jason Momoa in a season of Cobra Kai. That'd be cool. That would be
Oh
mind
my!
blowing.
Imagine Willem Dafoe as like an old friend of Silver's
I actually
and just playing
funny
Goblin.
talking about Willem Dafoe. I'm such a fan of him.
Oh, amazing guy.
As I was getting into stunts in Australia, obviously they filmed Aquaman in Australia. I was his stand-in for a couple of days on Aquaman. I was Willem
Oh,
Dafoe's stand-in.
it's the
Uh,
hair. I can see the hair. You're like a young, like a
it
younger
was
son, or
it was
yeah,
great, dude. It was a cool moment. So as stand-ins, they obviously stand in and so they can set up the shot and all that sort of stuff
yeah.
and everything. Save the actor some time so they're not just standing there. And it was really cool. I was on this mechanical shark, and I got off the shark as they're like, well, we'll bring in Willem Dafoe, Mr. Dafoe, and thank you, Tom, for helping helping set up the shot. Just stand off to the side, and I was like, cool. So I'm climbing down off this thing, and he makes a little wisecrack. He's like, thanks for keeping it warm. And on the outside, I was laughing. I was like, yeah, no worries, man. And I walked off, and I was like, oh my god, it's the fucking Green Goblin. I was like such a fan. I was like fangirling a bit. It was great, but yeah. So no, that's funny that you bring that up. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that now and just clock that
Definitely.
he says Cobra Kai. That'd be cool. I
It's
did hear that Andrew Garfield is a huge fan of Cobra Kai. I saw that
oh,
video,
dude.
and
I was so happy when I saw that because I wasn't
bruh,
even. It's just again the full cycle thing. Marvel Cobra Kai kind of coming together. I was like,
yeah.
dude, he's a nerd of it. He loves it.
So when we went to see Spider-Man, I went to see Spider-Man with Griffin from Cobra Kai, who plays
Oh,
Anthony.
Anthony. Oh, sweet.
Anthony, yeah. And we were sitting there and we are just reminiscing about Spider-Man and talking about Spider-Mans and stuff like that. And that topic came up that Andrew is a fan, and I was like, dude, how cool would it be to have Andrew on Cobra Kai? And he was like, oh my
Dude.
gosh, that would be amazing. I was like, he should just show up in a scene and just be wearing like a Spider-Man shirt or something like that. Like,
Oh,
it'd
that
be
would be
great.
so cool, wouldn't it? Like,
That'd be great.
doesn't he have to be like super involved? Just have him there, maybe a few lines. That's it. But wow, if Garfield was involved in the show in a sense, like maybe a relative to one of the characters or a completely new character, I mean, that probably blow everybody's
That's my
mind.
little fan wish. That's my little fan wish because I just really want to meet him.
Oh, I bet.
He's one of my favorites. I loved his Spider-Man. I don't think it always comes down to the actors in the film. Obviously the films didn't do too good. I loved them. I thought they were great. I think a lot of it comes down to writing, post-production, stuff that
Right.
goes on behind the scenes. So he'll always be one of my favorite Spider-Mans. He was incredible. So
He probably was underrated. I think, like you said, because of the way the films were perceived, he didn't get that
yeah,
that
that
respect. But he
recognition.
was
Yeah,
amazing as Spider-Man. Really brought this dark emotion to him that we hadn't seen, with others. And
for
I
real.
think that's why his Spider-Man will always be one of the best. I mean, I like all three kind of equally, especially after seeing No Way Home with Tom. Tom's really come into his own with that, and amazing acting with that. And out of all three, who is your main favorite though?
That's so hard. That's so hard.
It is, isn't it?
I'm gonna give it to Tom. I'm gonna give it to Tom. Because I'm just a real fan of the way that he's played it with what he's been given in the MCU. So I'm gonna give it to Tom. He's got to be my favorite Spidey.
I think this trilogy he had, like, I think it's pretty much an origins. I think people weren't like, oh, he's not,
Yeah,
he's Iron Boy Jr., this and that, but like he is fully Spider-Man now, and also this was a whole trilogy, origin trilogy. Like with the other guys, we just got that one film and they became him fully. But now it's like, yeah, he's fully, that Spider-Man. So like I just can't wait to see how they go about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But we have one thing for everybody before we end this. It's been awesome to talk to you, Tom. And
a nice little surprise.
You all have to
end it. Bring it back to Cobra Kai.
Basically, this is all because of Tom. So big thank you to Tom. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm just gonna play the clip. So I'm gonna load it up. If we can get the right. Yeah. Okay. Is everybody ready in the chat to see what the surprise is? And you all have to thank Tom. This is all because of Tom. Okay.
Aloha, everyone. Disregard if you hear some roosters. I'm currently in Hawaii, but I just wanted to say a quick hello to the fans. I hope you guys are enjoying season 4, and there's more to come. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
That was awesome, man.
He's a good man. Honestly, he's a good man like that.
He was just awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing that. Honestly, I really appreciate that. Dude,
Tanner's really sweet about that stuff. He loves the fans. He loves all you guys, and so yeah, absolutely. He was so happy to do it. He was like, just tell me when you need the clip by, and it's 100% done. And I was like, you're a real one, guy. So no, absolutely, he's a good man. So love him.
Definitely. I will post the clip on Instagram for you guys because it's just something, you don't normally get every day. But honestly, again, Thomas, thank you for coming on. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you again. I can't wait to see.
Thanks for having me.
Honestly, man, thank you for your time. I know this was a long one. And yeah, of course, season 5, hopefully to see you again. And looking forward to.
I'll be there in season 5. I'm there.
I mean, you are there. I mean, the future probably past that. But yeah, I can't wait to see what else you're doing in your career. Again, you said Black Adam. I can't wait to see what else where you'll pop up. And yeah, again, thank you for your time, man.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, man, you follow me on the social media, so I'll post any clips or something that I can of my career, and I love your content. Always, honestly, doing the series a good one here, and I love that you're being recognized by everybody on the series now, and everybody's loving it and jumping on. Having Joe on yesterday, that was cool and stuff. So yeah, man. No, thanks for that. Maybe season 5 will try to get me and Tanner sitting here. That'd be cool.
That'd be
chatting about it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But we should definitely do another one for season 5, man.
Oh, definitely, man. You know what? We will definitely will. It's been a pleasure again, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate everything you've done with season 4, and yeah, congrats on season 4, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for helping making it happen to the fans and all that sort of stuff.
Of course,
the show wouldn't blow up without you guys. So
yeah, so we are signing off. So thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. A big thank you for Tom for coming on, and a big thank you for you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate you, mate.